Okay, so what are we having in front? We are having all of the chapters and the topics that ACCA taxation itself has divided the syllabus into. Okay, in the orientation session, if like any of you has not attended TED, you can get the recording of that session in which I have explained basically the syllabus areas, that how much examiner likes to examine which area with how many maximum or minimum marks. Okay. So today what I'm starting with is I'm going to start with the income tax computation. Okay, so I'm just going to follow the format in which ACCA has advised the best practices for learning, and all the like topics associated with it will be discussed over here. So the only thing that is required at the moment is a calculator, or if you are having Excel in front, like if you're taking class from your laptops, so you can open up that. And I'm also having it here, so I'll show you how you can, calculate the tax liabilities within minutes. Okay, so let me begin with the concepts at first. Okay, how many of you do the jobs? Like how many of you are working students? Okay, if we are having any one example would also be fine. Okay, now just pay attention like over here. In ACCA taxation, if you want to ace your exam, so the number one tip is that you need to be very much good with the performance, with the computations. There is a difference between calculation and computation. In ACCA, okay, if you would read like the examiner expectations or what the examiner needs, most of the times you will come across the word computations, not calculations. So if I just give you example over here that what is a calculation, let's say, if I say that 2 plus 2 equals 4. So what am I doing is, I am doing a calculation and my answer is 4. Okay, but what is the difference? Now, if I write here 3 and 1, and now also I sum it up, I'm getting the answer 4. So what is the difference between a calculation and a computation is that you should know what is this 2 or what is this 3. Okay, for example, if I say that these two, if I just give you a very, very childish example, let's say there are two cakes, okay? And then on this other side as well, there are, let's suppose, two candles. Okay, so the total objects that you are having becomes four. But now if I, increase one cake and decrease one candle, so this means I'm talking about something variable. So this is the computation. Now, calculation would be very simple. I'll give you a performer of the taxation. Okay, what examiner has given us, you will follow that. But if you don't know how to analyze it, if you don't know that if I increase one quantity, other one will automatically decrease, this is computation. If I will increase this quantity, decrease this one, obviously your results will be the same, but your process gets different. So this is the difference between it. So most of the times you will come across computations. Okay, now let's start it like with another concept around there. There are many sources of income. The one who said that she is doing the job, so she may be getting her employment income. I don't do any job, let's say I do my business. So which type of income am I earning? I'm earning self-employment income. Okay, there is some person who is having property and he rents out that property. So he is not doing a job, he is not doing like the business, he is renting out properties, which means that he is having property income. So there are many sources of income. Now there's a person who is retired, savings income. Okay, there's a person who has shares in the company, he will be earning dividend income. So there are different sources of income. Now, what HMRC has done, they have made up a system in which they will put out the different rates, different bands, and then they are going to tax out. Okay, so if you will open that document, there will come some of the rates. You don't need to learn any rates. Okay, you just need to pick the rates. Okay, and you just need to apply. That's all. So don't spend your time in learning the rates. Okay. Now, income. What types of income are there? Like there are your earned incomes. There are your unearned incomes as well. Okay. Exempt. There will be some of the expenses, some of the things that will be exempt. Now, whenever there is word exempt, it means that 0% tax would apply. Individual doesn't need to pay any tax, but as a student, you need to mention that this is exempt from the tax. I'm just giving one example right now, that there is one thing which you will read in employment income chapter, which is that one mobile phone is exempt. If your employer has given you one mobile phone, okay, so this is exempt from your, you are not going to pay tax on that. But what if you're having two mobile phones? Then you will have to pay tax on the additional. So likewise, we are going to have like further examples too. Then if we have married couples, okay, who are doing jobs together, now how HMRC look towards them? Would they be paying joint taxes, or what will they be doing? There are scenarios related to it, which you will see. So introduction, performer, I've told you this thing, I'll show it to you right now. And these are all the what shall I say, the scenarios that will come across to you when you're going to read the income tax. There are allowances. Okay, let me give you this thing in the performer. Okay, let's go to the performer. I think I should explain you the performer at first. Okay, now this is the thing which I need to show you guys. Okay, so what is income tax? If I talk about what is income tax, every individual, okay, who is doing a job, who is doing a business, who has some property, savings income, dividend income, they all are going to pay income tax. Income tax doesn't only mean that you are paying tax if you are employed. If even you are not employed, but you are self-employed, or you are doing any sort of work, you are earning you are having any source of income, you will pay income tax. Now how will you pay the income tax? This is the thing. Taxable income, one thing is called as total income, and another thing is called as taxable income. Now I'll show you what is the meaning of this. See this example. For the tax year 25-26, an individual has taxable income of 1,60,000. Their tax liability will be computed as follows. Now, this is a favorite question of the examiner that it will ask you, and this is a number cruncher question. Your income is 1,60,000. Now, if you will open up the document, you will see that what is the basic rate, higher rate, additional rate. Now, see this example. Take an example of a glass. Now, answer me one thing. If I'll pour water into the glass, how will the glass be filled? Yes, I want answers from you that if I pour water in the glass, how will the glass be filled? Like, what will be filled in a glass first? No, no. If I poured some water or any liquid in the glass, what will be filled first? The bottom of the glass will be filled first. Levels of the, just like a measuring cup is there. So first bottom will be filled, then upper side, and then it will, touch the face of, yeah, exactly. So just like that, it will reach the mouth of the glass. Now, similarly, tax is also levied like this. How? First of all, basic rate will be filled, then higher rate will be filled, and then additional rate will be filled. Now remember this thing, very simple. HMRC or your tax syllabus, your tax rates and allowances has given us that if your income is in between 1 till 37,700 and okay, you will pay 20% tax. It means that you will pay 7,540. But if your income is in between, can somebody open? Okay, let me open up it over here. Tax rates and allowances. ACCA Finance Act 2020. Okay, I hope that this is like visible on my screen. Okay, so basic rate is if your income is in between £1 till 37,700. Okay, and these rates belong to normal rates. Okay, I'm talking about normal rate over here. I'm not talking about dividend rates for now. Okay, because this is for dividend income only. So you will have to pay how much tax? You will have to pay 20%. Okay. But higher rate means if your income is in between 37,701 to 125, 140. Okay, now how much it becomes? See, what? 1. Now if your income is in between 37701, 125, 140. Okay, I'm just mentioning it like over here in between what can be your answer. So you will have to pay 40%. And additional means if your income is more than 125, 141, these are the annual figures. So are these bands clear to you? Now let's apply. Here what the examiner told you that the income is 160. So just take the example of the glass. I'm just going to copy this over here. Okay. Just going to put it over here. Your income is 160,000 and now you have to tax it. Now listen, but what will happen first? This will happen first. My glass is filled till how much? 37,700. How much space is left in the glass? 160 minus, still this income is remaining to be taxed. Now I want to apply for the higher thing. Okay, so is my income more than 125,140? Yes, my income is till more than 125,140. So what I will do is 125,140 minus this amount. So I will apply 40% over here. This is it. Now, how much income is taxed? 125, 140 is taxed. How much is remaining? 160 minus this and minus this. This all will go into my additional one. And what is the additional rate? I think it's 45%. Yes. So 0.45. I'll just copy the formula, put it over here. So this is going to be my, you can put the sum function here as well as like this. So 58,203 you will pay on 160,000. So this all should make your total income. Is this clear to you? Any questions you can ask me? Okay, so let's move forward. Now, if I give you a figure, can you do these calculations or computations yourself on Excel?
Yes.
Okay, good. So let me give you a figure. The figure is, for example, 250,000. Now do it.
Mom, the amount is 250,000, right?
Yes, 250,000.
Okay.
You can solve this figure question within 1 minute. You don't need to spend like much. See what I'll do. I'll copy this thing like performa. Let's see, I'll paste it over here. Okay, I'll apply 250,000 over here. Now see, even I can link this 250 as well. Just like, okay, wait a second. Let me do one. Just like I put on over here this figure. Okay, I think, used this figure. Yeah. So I will just copy this. Okay, paste it down here. And I will just change it into 250 now. Okay, see, this changed. Okay, so this will remain the same, right? Because, glass will fill the bottom first. Will this also remain the same? Yes, it will also remain the same. The only thing that will change is this. So I just don't need to do anything. If I am good with the, formulas and the performance specifically, so I can practice just by doing one question correctly. And then I just need to change the figure here and everything will work on its own. So this is the answer. You can try it out. Like first do it like this, the way I have done, and then simply copy paste. This is the performer. Okay. And obviously there are lots of things in it that, we will explore in our classes, that what should we do if we have savings income? What should we do if we have dividend income? So if you will right now we are talking about non-savings income. Okay. So once you will practice one NSI and you will be like perfect with it, then you can understand others as well. So the performer is with you. You don't need to learn anything. You just, rates will be given to you in your exam. No need to do anything in that. And you just need to put on the figures and the formulas. That's all the things that you will need to do. And in your exam, this 15 marker comes like must. A must question comes of 15 marks, which you can gain. So this is like your non-savings income. Now, what do we mean by non-savings income? Employment income comes in it, pensions, trading profits, property income. And pensions is, by the way, it comes in savings income. Okay. So question will tell you that whether you are going to take it in NSI or you are going to take it in savings income. And one difference, let me tell you, what is the difference between non-savings income and savings income? What do you think? non-savings income are basically that source of income that does not give you any return if you save it. Like, I just mean to say this thing: savings income, for example, if you save some amount in a bank deposit account, you will get interest on it. That is called savings income. You save something and then those savings gives you income. That is called saving income. But your employment, you're doing a job, that's your non-savings income, because you have not earned that income through your savings, right? So this is the major difference. So these are all the mind maps at how you are going to find out which type of amount. So this is like which is given over here. So non-savings income, it means employment income, trading, pension, property. These four, whenever question will mention all these types of income, you will have to apply the rates of non-savings income. Okay. And savings, see, it will give you interest. So wherever question will mention you that individual is earning interest, savings income. Wherever it is mentioned individual has shares, dividend income. Exempt income, it simply means no tax. Now there's a list of it and you need to remember this. Income from letting a room in a taxpayer's own home up to a certain level. Now, which is that certain level? We will study in that chapter. Certain types of investment income, they are exempt. Certain types of employment income and benefits, just like I told you, one mobile phone is exempt. So when we will learn that topic or study that topic, you will get those things over there. But for now, you need to know about the concept of exempt income. It means you don't need to pay any tax. Interest on tax repayments, betting, gaming, okay, any sorts of lottery, they all are exempt. You don't need to pay any tax on it. Leave this concept for now because it's a detail one. Now the basic rules. Now I'm going to tell you one very important rule over here, which is a personal allowance. Personal allowance is like a tax relief. So it is fixed for the Finance Act 12,570. Have we deducted any personal allowance from here? We have not done so. Now I'm going to tell you a reason. 12,570 is the amount of your personal allowance which you will deduct from your total income. Okay. But up to a certain level, it becomes zero. Now, just for we will do calculations in greater detail, but I'll just tell you, if your income is more than that, figure will also be given to you. See, if your income is more than 125,140, personal allowance will be 0. If the taxpayer's adjusted net income exceeds 1 lakh, okay, your personal allowance will start to reduce by half. Now, I'm just going to change this thing. I'm putting up here that my income is, let's suppose, not 1,60,000, my income is just 60,000. Now, what will happen? I will just need to insert one row over here, 2 rows. And now watch this thing very carefully, what I will do. Personal allowance, my income is more than 125,140 or less than 125,140. My income is less than this, 125,140. Okay, so it means I will get the personal allowance. I'll get the full personal allowance, which I'll do it with subtraction. Now, how much income will be left? 47,430 only. Now, what will happen? My basic rate will be filled first, and now my higher rate will only be this minus this. That's the only thing, no additional rate and nothing. You get this thing? Do the same working on 70,000 and tell me the answer. First, you can copy this, okay? And then you can, what you need to do only, you need to just change the figure. It should not take like that much longer, but anyways, for practice, this is all allowed, all the timing is allowed. So whatever answer comes up, just give me that answer. And we'll see have you done it correctly or not. The figure is 70,000. Okay, we have an answer. Let's see who has done it. Okay, Carol. All right, let's check. Okay, so what I just told you that the figure is 70,000. Okay, so I'm just going to paste it over here. Okay, what I will do is I will mention 70,000 here. Okay, I will link up the personal allowance, same. Okay, and this is the figure that I'm having. So this is the answer, 15,432. Correct. Very good, Carol. Sheena, what have you missed? Just check. Have you applied the basic rate? And this is like a subtraction of this 40%. So 15,432 is the answer. If even you have made, like, obviously there's something you must have missed from here, so you can check that. Yeah, that was of 60,000, but I gave you the figure for 70. Okay, so you can try this on as well. So I'm giving you 2 minutes to reach here, and after 2 minutes, I'll start with another concept, which is what if your income is between like less than 125, 140, but more than 1 lakh. So what is like 100,000? Okay, and 125, 140. Currently, we have done 2 questions of less than 1 lakh. Okay, and 2 questions for where your income was more than 125, 140. So what if your income is in between now? Then what we will have to do? So I'm just telling you that thing. Yes, correct, Shiva. Sorry. Okay. So now what if your income is in between these two amounts that are mentioned over here? Now see what I'll do here. There is a concept that is called tapering of personal allowance. Tapering means that it will reduce with some amount, like if your income increases or that goes like between these amounts. Now see over here, if my income is 1 lakh, I will get full 12,570. But what if my income is 120,000? I will not get this full 12,570. Rather, my personal allowance will be reduced. Now see how this works. Let's go back to our mind map. See, if your adjusted net income, and by the way, this is the formula for adjusted net income, but right now we are not having these incomes, so we will just take the total income as adjusted net income. So now see what is happening here. Figure is 60,000. We have already done this. Okay. 110,000. Okay, let's do this for 110,000. Now see what will happen here. 60, 110, and 127. And also let me also do it like this. And you can also do this. You can also copy the similar efforts. Now these are your incomes: 60,000, 110,000, and 127,000. This figure is less than 1 lakh. This one is more than 1 lakh, and this is more than 125, 140. Now, you know, on this figure, you will not get personal allowance. You will get 0 personal allowance. And over here, you will get 100%. So very number first thing, personal allowance. Over here, you are going to get 12,570. Clear? Here, will you get 12,570? No. Over here, you will get 0. Why? Because excess of 1,215 volts. You need to mention this thing in your exam. So it will give you full marks. Now what will happen? We will apply the formula. Okay. This is it going to come here. Same approach you will follow here. Same approach you will follow here. Now what we have to do for here? Now my income is more than 1 lakh. So I'll take out the excess at first. I'm doing the working over here. Income is 110, and I'm set in my tax table that if my income exceeds for more than 1 lakh, so 10,000. I will simply take it 10,000 divided by 2. 5,000, my personal allowance will also be subtracted by 5,000. Sorry, 12,570 minus 5,000. So this will be the amount of my personal allowance. Now see over here. I will just simply go and link it all up there. I will tell you the steps again. which like, you can also have this. Okay. See what have I done? First of all, I've taken out the excess. How much income is more than 1 lakh? Done. And then I'll simply divide this by 2. I can do this entire working in one cell as well. See, this one, this, okay, and then divide this by 2. So you will have 5,000, okay? And what have I done is simply that now, what is like the amount of your personal allowance? That is 12,750. So I'll subtract this. 12,570. Okay, I hope you get this now. So you are now having your taxable income. Now we will put the rates. So first we will put the basic one, because what will happen? Double this one, this, okay. I'll have to take it a bit over there. Let me just add one more column. Similarly, for this thing as well, same approach would be there. Okay, basic, and here as well, basic. Okay, you can mention it like this. Now, what about the higher rate? So what will happen here? We will subtract this from here and we will apply 40%. So 11,432 is my answer over here. Correct? Now what will happen over here? So you have to tax 102430. So similar approach we will use here. This one, okay. Okay, wait a second. Let's have it here. Okay. 3,700 multiplied by 0.2. Okay. This one amount, right? 37,700. And we are going to multiply this with 0.4. This is the higher rate one. Okay. I have like this not applied the rates over here because I have directly done it in the second cell. Okay. You can also do it like this. It's not necessarily that you will make up 3 columns and do it. You can do it like in 2 columns as well. Now moving forward here, no personal allowance, nothing. So what will happen over here? Like basic rate one will obviously be similar. 3,700 multiplied by 20%. Basic would be there. Then what will happen with the higher one is, what is the band for the higher one? You can see your tax tables again and again. 125, 140. So what I will do is 125. 140 minus 3,700. Okay, and I will apply 40% to it. How much income is taxed? 3,700. Okay, and 125, 140 minus this. So currently, how much income is taxed? 125, 140. But how much do I need? I need 127, which means that 0.45. Let's sum it all up. Because this one was the additional income. See, all together completed. Now let's check with the ACCA solution as well. So how have they done it like that? See, 12,570, they subtracted that all, 7,570, they have got all. So they have stopped the working till taxable income. But what have we done? We have also found out the similar thing. I have done another step. I have found out the income tax liability as well. So this is the income tax liability. Okay. This is the income tax liability of the second income, and this one is the income tax liability of the third. If there are any questions, you can let me.
The lecture is clear up to this point.
Sorry?
I said the lecture is clear. I'm okay with this.
You are okay with this? Okay, great.
Yeah.
This table is like very much relevant, 20, 40, 45. This will be given to you in your exam, so no need to learn it. Savings and non-savings have the same bands, only dividend one has the different rates. Okay, so there are some exam advices, which I will give to you in later on, not now. Right now, you should only be clear with the non-savings income. Savings and dividend, we will do it together afterwards. So we have the next topic for the savings income, but we will do this in the later of class because there are some concepts. Now, the concept of glass does not remain simple over here because it will be filled with savings income. It will be filled with lots of income. So which should be taken first, which should not be taken first. All these special cases will also be there. So all of you are clear with the non-savings income because in our next class we will do for dividends and savings, and then we will be doing some questions as well. So what you can do is you can try out the quizzes on the study hub. Those who want to do the kits can do the kits, and if you want to try out the quiz on it, you can just see how much score you get. And then in the next class we will cover savings and dividends. So there are many, many literature concepts in this, and it's a very, very detailed topic, like a very lengthy one. So we can't do like all the topics in one class and for all the sessions around. So do give me your feedback, like how was the session, you people liked it or not. And then we will further on in the classes, we will be having 3 hours classes as well. And some classes I'll give you the recordings as well. The pre-recorded lectures will also be there. But exam practice classes will only be live. They are not going to be the recorded ones. So do give me your feedback. If anyone wants to give me feedback right now, they can give me. If you want to give it later on, written feedbacks, it's up to you. So, but I think like you can tell me right now that how was the class or concept wise and everything. Yes, Tisha, are you clear with everything?
Yes, I am okay for now.
Okay, so I hope this was interactive enough and you people were not bored. All right, thank you, Sheena. Okay, then I will communicate the timing to you. We will keep the classes every Saturday and Sunday, by the way. So maybe in the coming week, okay, I will give you one recorded lecture for section A, which you can watch in this week anytime you like. It's not a calculation based topic. It's a theoretical one. So you only need to spend your 1 hour on it and that's all. Then you can attempt the quiz as well. Okay. So you can attempt chapter 1 quiz from here. And the remaining ones, when your topic will get completed with that, the passage of time, you can do it all. So yeah, Carol, we are doing it like this. The first concepts and then the practical questions. And to save the time, I will give you some recorded lectures as well, which will be explaining you the things. So you can watch that. And then when you come into my class, you will be doing the practice. So this will also help you. And if you are having main thing is that you should be compatible with your teacher in a way that whatever he or she is explaining you, you should be able to understand that. There can be greatest teacher, experienced one, but if you are unable to understand that one, then it's of no use. Okay, so this is the main thing, compatibility. That's all. Apart from that, you can watch 1,000 lectures of 1,000 teachers on YouTube everywhere. There are so many resources. But the main thing is that if you are you're studying live or even you're studying offline as well, you should be compatible with it. That's only. So if you are able to understand my lecture, that's really good. Thank you very much. Okay, so we will be starting. I have done this income tax. We are on chapter 2. Chapter 1, I'll give you a recording. It will be covered in 1 or 2 hours maximum. And I'm like over here, then you will move forward to all the topics. So I'll tell you how we will be covering all of these like in 2.5 hours. Okay. So these are the handouts basically, which you can take it from here. Questions are also over there. We will be truly focusing on this thing. And if any of you does not have the link, I'm sharing it on the chat. Take it from here. This is the link for Study Hub ACCA taxation. Okay. Document I have shared on WhatsApp. even if anyone is not in that group, for say, you can take it from the chat here, those who are in the class. Okay, copy it from here.